welcome. Hi, welcome. You're with me, Stacie Shea. This is The Hash with Stacie Shea. We're gonna wait and see if Mr. Ricardo, if we can get Ricardo in. This is our first one, so thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for your time. I want to talk with y'all. I want to see what it is that we can do to better connect with each other. I want to get to know all these great people. I want y'all to have what I have, right? Have y'all seen Troop Zero? There's a really sweet scene in there, and she goes, "I have a really good life. I hope you have a good life. I hope you have friends. I hope you have what I have." That's the premise of the show. That's what we're doing here. And so I'm going to see if I can get Ricardo in on this version of it. If not, then I would love for y'all to send me comments and things that you'd like me to discuss, what you'd like me to talk about while I'm waiting on Ricardo to come in and chat with us today. So let's see what happens here. You know, I've got some music going in the background. I don't own the rights to it. This is going to grow from here. So we'll see what happens here. I'm trying to figure out, because if worse comes to worse, I've got him over here too. So let's see what he's saying. Oh, he's right here. So we're gonna see. So y'all stand by just a moment, okay? Just a moment. I'm new to this whole technology thing. I'll end up accidentally telling y'all how old I am by the time this is all over with. So we gotta see if we can work it out. We might have to switch over to my personal page, and then I'll just share it over here, but I'll let you know if that's what we end up doing. Look, anybody that knows me will tell you that I always gripe about the technologies, right? But I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to learn. Hold on a second, see. And I will. I mean, I'm a quick study if I can find somebody to tell me about it in a way that's not like, I don't know, talking about technology. Like, how do you do that, right? Let's see. We might have to break because I don't want to go too far before I bring in Ricardo. But what the point of this show is, though, I participate in a lot of discussion forums, and I post a lot of stuff on Facebook, and sometimes people want to chat with me about it, and oftentimes I want to chat with folks about it as well, because you can resolve a lot of things if you talk about it. Additionally, I'm a performer. I've been around Austin for a long time, and I've hosted lots and lots of events, and helped a lot of people do a lot of events as well. And I've done radio, and people are like, you need to talk. And it's like, well, I got plenty of time now, so I'm gonna talk. And yeah. So one of the things that folks are asking about now, while I'm trying to figure out how to get Ricardo in here, and if anybody's got any tips on that, please feel free to share that as well. School in the fall. They're having the meetings talking about this via Zoom. The government offices are not back yet. Why are we talking about sending our children back to school? I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist, but I definitely don't see things the way that most people do. And on this particular instance, I can be like super extreme and like panicky and like oh my little girl, oh my goodness, and say he's trying to get us to sacrifice our children. And then folks would be like, wow, is that is that extreme? But really, if we're looking at numbers and if we're looking at what's going on, is it unreasonable for us to think that it's unreasonable for us to send our children back to school? I worked with kids a lot before all this hit. In fact, I was running an after-school program. When coronavirus hit, we went to spring break and we never came back. So I'm affected and I see the results of it. But what I can tell you as well is that there was a huge wave of, there was in November, there was days when half the kids were gone. Half the kids were out sick. And I asked one of the little girls, you know, I was like, where is everybody? And she's like, oh, everybody's out sick. And this was back in November. This was in November. The kids, the teachers, they were all out sick. And then I got sick as well. And I went to the doctor, and my kid got sick, and we went to the doctor for her, and they told us both that it was some virus that was similar to the flu, but not the flu, a flu-like virus that they don't know what it is. But when I tell you that I was sick from the week after Thanksgiving until Christmas, off and on, like it came in little spurts, you know. I'd have 4 days at a time where I was just wiped out with a high fever and everything else. And the doctors were like, well, just, you know, we don't know what it is. And half the kids at the school were out sick. Additionally, well, I'm not going to... So the other thing about that is people that work with kids know that the first week of school, the first 2 or 3 weeks of school, you can pretty much count on ending up getting sick if you work with kids. Everybody's going to get sick. Your kid, you know, in the first 3 weeks of school, your kid is going to come home sick. Why is it that we're not talking about the other things that could mitigate the children need to be in school part? The teachers know what it's like to be with your kids all day, every day. like, they know what it's like to be with those kids. They know what it's like when you've got a whole bunch of kids together in one room. And good luck getting them to wash their hands. Good luck getting them to keep their fingers off their face. Good luck getting them to not touch the table after they've had their fingers in their face. I don't think it's a hoax myself, but that's not, I don't want to talk all about that the whole time here for sure, but what are y'all's thoughts on that? Do you think we should send our kids back to school? If you have kids, are you sending yours back to school? And if your answer is no, what should we do instead? What do we do instead? If the answer is no, if we can't send them back to school, which, you know, I don't think it's reasonable. I'm looking here, I see that they're in. Ricardo is in, he's watching, so now it's just a matter of me trying to figure out how to get him in. Oh my goodness. Ricardo, please feel free to post your comments and things there, because I'm still trying to figure out how to get you in, and I don't know how. Let's see. Okay, so that's not related at all. Yeah, anybody with any tips on how to get him in here, that would be really helpful, because I thought it'd be super easy. And I guess it is when you're from your personal page, but I went and started this like brand page. And so that makes things a little bit more challenging. So, now I see a comment here, children need to learn, not necessarily in school. I know that's right. I had a really hard time going to school myself. I was terrible at it. I did really well in school when I went, is kind of the way that I say. I ended up going to Garza and graduating a different kind of way. So that kind of, you know, like, is the school a healthy spot for the babies? You know, is that where they should be? Some of them are doing really well. What I've noticed too, for sure, is like there's a major difference between the if you've got siblings and if you don't. If you're an only child, this is really, really hard. So I think that that's something to be considered, but there has got to be a different way, and the school system needed reform anyway, so why not use this as an opportunity to reset the whole thing? You know, we've got all this time to sit and think about all the different ways kids learn and all the different ways that we can teach. why not make this, why does it have to go back to the regular? I used to joke and say that I was a victim of the Austin school system, because I had a counselor tell me right to my face when I told her that I wanted to graduate early. Why would I think that she would think that I could do something like that? I was considered at-risk youth. I'm not going to get into too much of right now of what is considered at-risk youth and how they come up with those numbers and those markers for that, but it's trash. And so, yeah, she looked me dead in my face and said, why do you think that I would think you could do that? So I definitely think that there's a better way. I think that there's a better way to do this. I really would like to have Ricardo here, so hang on a second. I may see if I can get him on speakerphone, and if not, we will find a way. We will find a way to get this done. Even if that means that we're going to bounce over to my personal page, and then I'll bring him over on that one. But my personal page is Stacie Shea Williams. And we'll see if I can do that. But I want him on, so hang on a second. Let's go over here. Let's see. Let me see. Because I want it. I don't know how to do that. This is how you have to invite her. And I don't know how to do that. I've been trying to figure it out all day. So we're going to find her. We're going to find out how to do it. And in the meantime, how's about, oh, I got another one. Let's see. I'm going to figure this out. Sorry about that. I appreciate your patience here. I told y'all, that's why I said earlier, that's why I gave y'all the warning, I don't do technology. So, give me a minute. My apologies. We're going to try this again. I will be right back. Be right back.